Hello, this is OldCrowBalthazor, and welcome to Balthazar's Strategic Arcana. So here's the start of an epic multiplayer series. We're going to be playing Elzar's Crusade in Europe mod. I'm going to be playing Taxman. Let's go. I'm playing the Axis. He's playing the Allies. This will be episode 1, September 1st, 1939. Oh, I'm excited for this. Now, Taxman and I had started this months and months ago before I was starting this. There were so many changes going on while we had started, all good ones, by a dutiful core or cadre of dedicated playtesters. And then there's Elzar. We salute y'all. I had my hand in a few things too. Some of the stuff I'm going to explain as we go. It's pretty interesting, especially the initial income that's going to be coming. Anyway, we're going to be invading Poland, but I've got kind of a complex situation I'm going to have to attend to. You'll get to watch it. Explain it. You know, of our income that's coming. We are finally in a position now to undo the diktats of the Versailles Treaty, which so weakened our country after the end of the last war. With our new panzers on the ground, the Luftwaffe in the air, and the Kriegsmarine at sea, now is the time for us to wage offensive war against our enemies. The most important enemy is Great Britain. Bring her down and we will be masters of Europe. Ultimately, we will have to confront and defeat the Soviet Union, so while we advance and conquer in Europe, we must prepare for the greater conflict ahead. Let us advance, put our enemies to flight. Panzers forward. Elite unit notes. There are 3 elite units available for some countries: elite infantry, mechanized, and armored divisions, but mostly for Germany and Russia, the Soviet Union, SS and guards respectively. Most of these units have to be unlocked by gaining new levels of army mobilization. Now, this is a special army mobilization is extremely important, and we'll explain it as I'm going research. The interface doesn't show half points, so it won't tell you that elite units get half point edges across the board for most of their stats. And when their country gets the sole level in ground warfare, they'll get a 20% morale bonus along with 10% morale damage, same as paratroopers. Non-elites get 10% and 5% respectively. Now, when we get into the research, I'm going to explain that. It's going to be real important for everybody. But particularly the Germans and the Finns, because it's another way that we can increase our a higher level, that we can increase the numbers of units so we can build out the production screen. Now, this is the deferred MPPs. Unlike in the vanilla scenarios, no MPPs have been pre-chosen for specific text. However, there was concern that giving all the MPPs at the very start will allow for some gamey gambits, such as buying out a ton of units. For these reasons, most majors, except Poland, will get about half their starting MPP bonus on the first turn, but the other half will arrive on the first 3 fall turns, fall 1939 turns. So Germany starts with, this is wrong, it's actually been increased to 800, and then Italy 450, and Finland 400. So what I've got here on my calendar, so Germany starts with 800, the Italians 350, Finns 400. So the Germans going to have a total of 1,400. On the 6th turn, the Germans get 200, the Italians 150, and the Finns 200. On turn 7, the Germans get 200, the Italians 150, and the Finns 200. Turn 8, Germans 200, 150, and 200. So basically, the totals for Finland, for example, will be 1,000. Germany was going to be 1,400 now. It was 12, and then Italy. So we'll go with that. And I'm going to be talking about, I've tested this, but with this change, I also have a research and units that I need to buy priorities. And it was a lot easier to manage it off the first turn, but I understand why he spread this out. All right, now this is pretty important. If you're a Habenquarter, and I pronounced that wrong, I butchered the German, or the Deutsch. Before we go to war, we must make a decision as who our primary enemy will be, the United Kingdom or the Soviet Union. If we decide to focus our efforts against the UK, then we'll need to beef up our fleet. If, however, we end up concentrating the primary might of our armed forces against Russia, we will need sufficient ground as well as air elements. Our Minister of Armaments has devised a naval build plan which would improve our odds against the English. Now, I'm going to just pause. You guys can pause this and read it if you want. Now, I'm going to go no. I'm not going to do a sea line unless I see an opportunity, but I'm not going to go on a big naval build, but I will go to the notes. So, and again, you guys, if you want to pause and look at this, I know all this. So, yeah, well, Plan Z, it's a pretty substantial amount of ships. And then, of course, I'm going to say no. So you can see the land units we're going to be getting. And fighters and tactical bombers. Now, Taxman has, on his YouTube channel, he has done a Plan Z because Elazar needed a test to see, and they had to make some changes with that to make it actually work right. So it's all good, but I'm going no anyway. And mind you, this is kind of a test. Now I'm hoping we can go all the way to Barbarossa and way beyond, do a whole match. But there's a chance that we might come up with something might break it. I doubt it. A lot of people have been testing all these different versions, but this is the latest version though, so I don't know how deep in everybody's gone. There'll be if you go to the description too, we have house rules, and I'll explain some of them as we go. Otherwise, it would just, if you want to see, the house rules are pretty extensive. They're crafted for me and Taxman. Some of them are recommended by Elazar, and a bunch of them, especially dealing with Finland that we just added. Elazar said that he's going to be able to actually script some of them. Well, I'll explain that as we go. But I'm going to go new. No plans. The Navy's still going to be important to me, though. Here we go. All right. Well, we'll look at the situation real quick. And I'm, instead of just jumping into battle, I am going to spend some of my money. Now I have, and we got Fog of War on. Look at how vast this is. And the movement rates are just grand. But you got to be really careful. Now, I have played against, just talking about Poland, against Taxman. We went all the way to December. I was able to get into Warsaw on the 4th turn, which is a little faster in historical. However, the German army and the Air Force took a beating to do this, and and it was expensive. Now, historically, they did take a beating. Even though it was a lightning blitzkrieg, it took them all the way to May to be ready, or April anyway, of 40. Right? And I took a lot of damage, man, to get them out. The other thing about this mod, if people don't know, because I've got previous videos out, we have to actually physically take Denmark and Norway, and I'm going to be planning for that. Some of the stuff I'm going to do this turn is going to be because of that. So, and over here, well, we'll talk about what we're going to do later. Now, the French might get in Saarbrücken like they did historical. I may beef these up a little bit. So there. And then we're going to have to deal with Finland and Italy. Italy's neutral. So is Finland. So originally, before this is my first try. I did practice this a little bit, but what I had for first term purchases for Germany was get a paratrooper, at least one maritime bomber, if not two. We're gonna go look at that. Army mobilization and research, infantry weapons, industrial tech, and spying and intelligence. I'm not going to be able to do that with this money, but again, I'm going to be getting more money. Plus, I'm going to be getting income each turn. It'll be probably just a little bit less than 200 MPP. So I'm going to have to stagger this. So it made this planning a little bit harder. Finland and Italy, the same. With Finland, or with Italy, I wanted ground warfare, infantry weapons ×2, industrial tech, and I would have saved some money with that. But I'm not going to be able to do that either with the limited cash we got. But again, we're going to be getting some, but we got to wait. Finland, I want industrial 2. Army mobilization. For Finland, army mobilization is huge. Because, and we'll go look at that in a second, because their forces are pretty small. After the Winter War, they are going to get a significant army here at Karelia. And the border will be here, and some units here. But when they started in 1941, the continuation war, they had 16 divisions alone, plus plenty of other units. And that got up to about 24. Also, there's a cap on the German units that can go into Finland. And we got house rules. There's a Finnish policy line. We'll talk about that later when we deeper into the campaign. But I basically can't take with Finnish units the Murmansk Railway. I got to stay about 2 hexes away. I've got maps. And we got house rules. Going to go to the description. Another thing is that Finns will not allow the Germans to attack Leningrad through the isthmus here. Now, the Germans can have up to 8 units, and one of them can be a motorized unit. They have to be infantry and an air unit. And there's particular areas that are probably going to go to the north. Anyway, I like to jump right in, but this is going to be tricky too, because again, I've done it real fast blitzkrieg. It was costly, but what it did, it gained me a couple turns, but I found later it didn't really need that. But we do want to try to get into Warsaw before it really turns to rain and mud. The infrastructure in Poland's pretty poor. Germany's got lots of paved roads and autobahns, but Poland, no. A few paved roads, so we'll be able to look at those. So I've got to make a decision here now, and I'm still torn on this, but I am going to go to purchases. I'm going to get the paratrooper, so I'll have a 3rd paratrooper. I'm just going to put infantry weapons on it. That will come in January. I actually don't need to do that. I need to save as much money, because I'm going to use the paratroopers up in Norway. Possibly Denmark. I can put unit right now with the amphibious tech we got. The Germans can still use 2 AVLs, those are long-range amphibs, and 4 AVs, which are a lot slower. So it's going to be paramount that we take Denmark before we can do Norway. Can't do it at the same time unless you do something risky and send people across, west of Jutland. And then the Royal Navy there. But the other thing I'm going to need 2 maritime bombers. Now, when I'm going to want to execute all this, well, for Norway, I can't use the paratroopers won't reach from northern Denmark to the Oslo area, because I'm going to have to do landings. And then use paratroopers if it's raining. Ain't going to happen, man. That was my gaming chair, and it's brand new. Time for silicon. Okay, so we'll confirm purchase. Yeah, absolutely, guys. Have that on. You'll accidentally buy HQs. So we don't need it upgraded. We got time. When I'm going to do if I do attack on Denmark, and I talked to Elzer about this, I had a suggestion. We could do Denmark pretty early. But I suggested that if we do that, the Norwegians, that they'll swing pretty radically towards the Allies. And we'll look at diplomacy with that. So if we do Denmark, we're going to want to execute Norway real soon after. And the best time in the window to do that is actually going to be in the spring. Historically, it was April 9th. But, we'll do what we can. It's possible you can take Norway out in 1 turn. However, you get hung up at Oslo, you'll get it the next turn, but the British could get it up Narvik, and they're so it can be a problem. Now, I'm going to buy one maritime bomber. Now, I'm torn whether I'm going to do the second one or not. I need all this research too, but that's February 28th. Let me go look. Because I'm only going to get 195 turn or under 2. That's way out there. February 28th. I'd actually get it on March 7th. Then I've got a March. No, I got to do it now. I might buy the second one too. That's the one I'm torn. I'm going to need it because, let's get that. I got 515 left. Probably going to buy the other one, but let me look at the research. Now with Germany, this is probably one of the most important techs right here, mechanization, but it's 320, and I don't need to do this now, but it's when I take Poland down, I'm going to get a really big chunk of plunder. Also get some plunder from Warsaw. But when I do that, I'm going to need to get into this because it could take 2 years. Basically, each new level increases action points for certain units, +2 for mechanized infantry, tanks, and rockets, +7 for anti-air, rocket artillery, heavy artillery, and anti-tanks. For mechanized infantry, it also increases their various land attack and defense values by +1, I guess because they're mobile. The demoralization by 5% increases land attack values by +1. So, but we can't do that now. Now, we already have advanced tanks 1, infantry weapons 1, anti-tank 1, and advanced fighters. We're already there. But we absolutely going to have to get an army mobilization. Industrial tech is 280. Eventually command and control. So I'm going to have to parse this out. So again, I add a list based on first 1,200 MPP, and then he raised through testing. They raised it to 1,400 total by the end of October. I'm going to do industrial tech, and that's 235. The other one that's super important, and I'm just short, is spy and intelligence. That is on my list. But I'm going to do this. I'm going to get that other maritime bomber. I got 60 left. I'm going to probably hold it. We're going to do Finland and then Italy, and then we'll get into it. Now, this is Norway, so there is a coastal gun here. So what I've got to do is slip past there before I war deck Oslo. Take this port, get an HQ in here, get a Marine in here, and that's on my list too. Buying a Marine unit. Because I'll have supply in case I get hung up. There's going to be Norwegians here, an HQ. Mostly garrisons, but I'm going to have to fly paratroopers up in here. 2 ways of going about it: taking Norway or taking Denmark, and then sailing up and filling the zone, or going around before and then doing it. Now, if you do take Norway, the Germans are going to have a garrison spawn like at Stavanger and some of the other major towns here. But there are Norwegian ones there. So if we can't take Oslo in one turn, again, we'll worry about that later. I also have the Graf Spee out here. This, I'll probably track them down. I'm going to try to get you home. Let's do Italy. Let's go look at it. It's just fabulous, isn't it? Then we'll do Poem. We'll come back. But I'm just going to do the tech. Now, this is difficult too. I only got 350. So, this is really hard. 100. Now, it might have been paid off to do production tech, but and then I'm going to do infantry weapons. That's going to only leave me with 110. So, ground warfare is super important because, I mean, with Italy, I mean, it's going to be my infantry units I'm going to have to boost. They already have advanced fighters, one, which is pretty good, but the other one is, I got a significant navy. Naval weaponry is 100. I could get away with that or save the money and double up on this or try to get in this. It's going to take a while. Yeah, I don't know. I'll come back. Now, Finland. Finland's also a unique critter. Let's go up there to Finland. Now, with Finland, I'm going to need army mobilization big time, but I'm also going to need, if we go to research, it's interesting. So they're gonna have 1,000 by the end of October. Now, again, I've tested it where I had the 1,000 now, and I could jump into all the research I had, and I have a list. But with Finland, I'm going to want industrial tech, 2 of them. That's 80. Now, I'm going to be generating about 10 MPP a turn. I'm going to absolutely need army mobilization. At least 2 to be able to get it. I can't show it to you guys. There's a mobilization chart. It comes with the documents. I got it on a tablet for all the countries as you go up. But it improves the build limits. Well, you have done Finland army mobilization times 2 of 120 left. Can't get an answer. Let's do one of these. I think I'm going to do something a little different than what I did. We'll do army mobilization. This is another one where I'm going to have to get into ground warfare. I've got 80 left. I'm going to be getting about 10 MPP a turn for now. Get 140, 1, 2, 6 turns, but also turn 6 I get 200, and then I get 200 again to turn after. Save the 80 though. Get into this, then get it. I think I'm going to jumpstart the industrial tech. It's a small country. That's 0. I did a test before where I just jumped in this, 2 of these. Be interesting if I get industrial tech here and share it with the Germans. So I'm going to keep the 110. I might come back to that. Yeah, let's go ahead and move some ships. Seeing the rain anywhere to duck into. Go ahead and dink it. The other subs I'm going to have to... I don't know if I want to risk it because I'm going to need them here. But that's a long ways away. There's 40 turns in a year, so... Well, for example, 12, if we want to do Denmark, like in March or April, that's like 20 turns away. So I'm thinking this is a nice ship, too. let's do this at Western Front, then we're going to Poland. I'm going to have to do all my duties. Nice sub. He's got anti-air upgrades. Sure. Yep. He's going to jump me. Let's do the west first. I don't need any of these garrisons. I do here. I'm going to use a lot of them probably in Norway. Put you on the rail. They're just going to get in the way. Short gun. Don't need you either. Go back to the ships. Keep the fighter there? I don't know. Now, last time I did Taxman, or I played him, I moved right up in here and I got my ass handed to me. I got damaged pretty bad. They're sitting. This is the Mazanov line. This is partly my design, but we tested it and everything. It was just too thin and people were just breaking through. And doing some research, figured out there was 26 kilometers. It was miles. So this is the end of the first line here. So the kilometers. Well, I can't remember now. But anyway, yeah, and it extended to here. So I probably will not be trying to bust through. Now it's augmented. Yeah, this is 20 kilometers here, so that's 40. Well, it's actually 19.7, but who's quibbling? Yeah, and everything else, it's all strengthened. Town's a little weaker still. Trenchment at maximum 6. At 8. Oh, I think he attacked me here in the hill. I went here. But I don't really want him getting into Saarbrücken either. I do have 60. I wonder how much it costs to upgrade. See, we're not officially at war yet either. Might do a little bit. 6. Oh yeah. 54. Oh, I can add it. I'm gonna take Saarbrücken and then come back. Oh, everybody's waiting for Poland. That's gonna be, again, I am gonna do a blitzkrieg on them, but I'm gonna be a little bit more. The Poles can counterattack, especially when they're dying. And they can also cut off your supply. They got a lot of cavalry units. Get behind you. It might not cut off your supply, but mess it up. Maybe I shouldn't just upgrade this. Not totally. I think these and we'll push ahead if it comes across. Yeah, see it's here. I'm gonna need infantry here, but I'm also gonna need motorized. We got a long ways. It's all gonna be, and I'm gonna try to do a Guderian. I am gonna try to do the Ardennes when the time comes. Manstein plan. And right here. Now the way this is designed too, it's been tested and tested and tested. Most of the other strategic command games, it turns out to be a big battle for Paris, which isn't what happened. So I can bring France to their knees if I can get these and then get here. Might not be enough, but once I cross this, the Somme, yeah, Ames, and if I cross here, there's another national morale check on the French, also flanking the Maginot line. But it can be it could be a real costly battle. And then I'm going to want to find the British units. I'm going to want to kill them. You know, and he's got to keep X amount of British units in France or French national morale fall. So they'll be in a catch-22 too. And then he's going to want to get them out. So it'll be interesting. Will I be able to do a Dunkirk on Taxman? I highly doubt it. But with the movement rates you got, yeah, we could race to the sea and get behind them. But I highly doubt he's going to let me get away with that. It won't hurt to try. And I'm going to be planning for Norway. Once we do get Norway, we're going to get some garrisons, but I don't want them getting lodged in here. So I'm going to be sending probably mountain troops are going to end up going to Finland eventually. I'm going to have to march them through. There's no way to do the Swedish transit or transport. But I won't be able to get in Norway or Finland, and it doesn't enter the war until one turn after Barbarossa, after the start of war. It's a little tricky, but I tested that, and it can be done. So I can have German units here and try to break the Murmansk line, Murmansk railroad line, or take Murmansk, which is going to be hard. We'll look at that later. So what do I do here? Yeah, I'll bring air down. I don't know if I should need these. I don't need to rip you apart. Yeah, well, I was musing about that. I'll bring a division up. Yeah, I'll just get down here for now. Trash on 7 of 8. Did he try something? That's on the Swiss border. I doubt it. All right. Now, should we do we'll do that, and then we'll do a little bit with the Finns. Taxman's been waiting. We started in January. We're going to air in February. This is the end of April, but there's been, again, so many versions and so many changes, all for the good. Well, let's go through our generals. Now, I've been able to very easily get around them, take Mala out. And this is isolated. Get down here and fret and plot the next turn. Now, I was able, like on the third turn against Taxman, I'm going to get away with it this time. He's actually cut off all of his units that were in this area, almost all of them, by cutting a rail here and here. Supply to the capital was cut. But again, I raced to do that. I had really thin lines, pinchers, really thin. And then I took quite a lot of damage. I'm still gonna take a lot of damage. Let's go ahead. Let's get everybody auto assist. There's a unit, Gdynia. We're gonna wanna spot it. This is Guderian. I'm gonna readjust. There's a couple mountain troops, so I'm gonna keep them attached. They're gonna go to Norway eventually. There's actually 3. Von Rundstedt is a 7. Hopner, a brilliant Panzer commander. Rich was a 7 also. Yes, I could replace some of these, but I don't want. I'm going to want to buy Manstein. See, here's the list. It's fairly expensive. Kesseling, Rommel. Oh, that's the other thing. Africa Corps in this mod. You got to build your own Africa Corps. It doesn't. You don't pay for it and it just spawns in Italy. You got to put together your own Africa Corps and supply, kind of like in TRP, but it's a little bit different. There's big supply constraints for both sides. It's pretty similar, just mainly because of water. Not absolutely. We do list. And John. 6. Got a nice little Panzer. Well, 3 divisions usually a corps, but he's a 4. We're gonna need to do this because it's a Slovak. Yeah. So the Poles do got pretty strong defenses here. We're gonna want to go this avenue and try to get the loads. Kalis. It's very doable, but again, I don't think I'll be able to take it this turn. There's Poles all over the place. Poznan. Alright, so let's go ahead here. I'm going to do some... there's one Polish fighter. I'm going to use my fighters for spotting. Which... Yeah, you know what's interesting here too? Another way of being able to bring the tank in here and bring all of them, kill this might, right? And then threaten this. Molin's going to be tough. Usually just skirt it. Get around here, but getting here and here. Then we got Guderian. Hey, look at that. We're going to want all. Not bad either, are you? Don't know if I need to keep you attached yet. Who are you attached to? Take you off for a minute. Poznan, yeah, I've got next to it, and they'll tear you up. So I don't need to be next to it. We're just going to isolate Poznan. I don't know where I'm going to go now. This is von Rundstedt. 7. I thought he was higher before. So I got Blast, which is a 6. I don't know. I think that we're going to do. Necessarily need to do my. We're going to go this avenue. We're definitely going to get clipped. 2, 3. These can spot 2, I think. I can move. I think that do I have a cavalry unit? They do. Yeah, I don't have. I could buy one though. Oh, their spotting's also too. I was thinking of like SC World War One. Well, I do have cavalry. Here it is. Here's the 1st Cavalry Division. Duh. I don't know. I don't want to get this getting loose. Let's do some more air. Let's go ahead and take Danzig. There he is. This is the deal here. Could fly him pretty far though. I don't care about there. There's a string of Polish units going all the way up past the Lithuanian border at Rono. It's here. Yeah, this avenue. So I'll probably work my way in here, but this is a lot tougher than it looks. It's here. I do got bombers too. That cuts his supply. I don't want to get him behind me, so I'll probably just drive in here. This is the dilemma I got. I can go and take this out. I've done that over and over. Or I can really concentrate and cut them off. Let's go see what's in these. I'm gonna just drive up. Yeah, I want to preserve this. Now, you are von Rundstedt. Yeah, let's start with Gagarin then. Let's see what the range of my bombers are. See, I can help all the way down here. Look at that. We just dominate airwise. Or I could even shoot shit out of that, but I don't care about that. Oh, I got stage fright. Probably should take this out. Only got one shell. I don't want you to waste the planes on this. Let's close in on Poznan. Here. Rivers too. This mod, they really help with their defenses. Yeah, I don't want to get next to that. I've done it. If the river's in between, yeah. Try to stay away. No, he's going to have some Lesno. Should have had you. That's all right. Let's wonder if we should. See, I want to cut him off. On a rail line too. All right. Yeah, I might not do Maloa. Get that before we got to work this out. Goofy one right here. Damn. I've gone a lot further. I'd like to get that HQ, but yeah, I got another attack. Now I'll just take it. No! Questions. Again, I'm not pushing like I did the last time I did this. Well, I am pushing, but it was a lot crazy. But I can cut off the whole corridor here. It'll just make this so much easier. How much is it going to cost the rail? I'm just going to take this. This is no guarantee if I use this. Can't reach it. Well, well, he's going to go. Yeah. Okay. Let's preserve that for a second. Bang. We'll come back. That's unfortunate. I've got to cut this off. I'm not going to do Malah. Yeah. That's only a entrenchment of 1. Yeah, I don't want him getting behind me. I don't even want to be peeved here, so I probably will send something. Here's the next town here. Yeah, I don't want him. He can move and hit my aircraft. Well, this is the road this way, so let's do it this way. Now, there's many myriad ways of doing this, obviously. I need to break his zone of control. There we go. Damn. Dang it. Oh, I messed myself up here, haven't I? All right. I didn't shove them off. I'll do it. Still didn't do it. Oh my. Then here. Yeah, I haven't done it this way before. I thought about it. All right. Well, let's see if we can pivot. Again, I've gone like this. Took this out, had this isolated, drove here. But the corridor is now cut off from the capital. Not too worried about him making. Let's do that. I'm worried about him. Let's see what's going on. I got the swamps. Syrian lakes. Good. Again, I don't want him dinking. HQs. When I played Taxman the last one, when we went into December, I got Guderian got hit pretty good. He lost his boots, man. I was able to recover, but yeah, I messed this up. It was like the second, third turn, because he can slip. So, but yeah, now his now this bit here, this is really unfortunate. I don't want him getting around me, so. Block it. I'm gonna rail this because I'm gonna need one over here anyway. I think they're 4. Oh, a weak zone control. All right. But we'll be able to close in on this. I gotta do something about this. think he can do much of that. That is unfortunate. Nothing. This though is dangerous. Yeah, this. Yeah, I am paranoid because, again, this guy's here. Supply's going to drop. He's going to get it from here. I could still move. Let's move. Let's do this area. How much does it cost to do one of these? 13. It's a little less than the mountain troops, huh? Okay, let's block the road. Again, I don't want to get next to him, but I don't want him railing it. Right, let's do this and then we'll work it. I got 2 strikes. 2 strikes. Oh, I just can't reach here. I don't think that's necessary. No. It's the most important drive. It's probably going to be a way over an hour long video. Also, this is a better general. Go back. Let's redo this in Hopner. Bring it. Gotta try to break that rail line. Because there's a bunch of units in here that he'd rail. I know there's something here. God, I don't want to get next to him because he's going to shoot. I think we got to. Okay, I'm going to block that. Yeah. Oh, shit. cavalry. Oh! He will snapshot me there. Action points 415. Yeah, I'm gonna have to run supply through here. All right. Again, his cavalry can raise hell. We want to get in here. All right. These guys have evasion too. Yeah, see, I've got to take this. Don't really want to waste aircraft on this, but again, they'll get loose too. God dang it. Get in here in Oberlin. I gotta kill it. But let's do it this way. Let's run start. Yeah, not bad. Scorched earth, though. I mean, these towns are wrecked. just seeing how far I can go because I'm gonna want to hold. This is kind of a rat's nest. He has something close, and I cannot see unless I stop. All right. Let's do one strike on this. Yeah. I'll kill that HQ. Ah, shoot. Let's do this one. Oh. His morale's way down. I got the damn river. All right. Damn, I'm hung up. This is not working out like I wanted. Suck balls. Vivant HQ. We want to cut the railroad. Oh, what? Well, I have a tactical bomber. Let's try it. All right. Again, these things are dangerous. They can get around you. And it'll cost you. I don't have any strikes left. I'm going to need to take a break. I will take a break. I need tea. I'm dry, man. All right. I'll be back in a little bit. Refresh and I'm back. There's a possibility there might be another break when my wife comes home. She's on one of her junkets now. So we want to try to cut the rail line here. That's kind of risky. Because he will rail these guys out. He might even rail out Poznan. Well, you know, these, I don't know, you know, that's not on a rail line. Well, so good though. He does have, there's a unit here. I've gone this way before. Now I still have a contingent of armor. Go pretty damn far. So, and we're gonna drive and we're gonna do the same thing with Krakow. We're gonna skip it, bypass it. I still have all these guys, but I gotta have. See, I've got to be able to hold this. Yeah. See, that's a problem. Yeah, this is a lot different than what I've done before. Supply lines are everything. I'm wondering if I should take Chesnevchawa. Zadsochawa. Any Poles, anyone watching from Poland, please correct me. I know the E sounds around, you know, and I've looked at these names for about 50 years. I'm just wondering. I do want to drive on loads, but I'm wondering if I should secure my line. See, these guys, because Taxman could get real frisky. I still got a strike. I think I may have to. This is the river. Oh boy. I don't want to do that. I want to. All right. I think that we got to secure it because I know Taxman, man. So I'm being kind of conservative here. Did I use both? I certainly did. Blast of the air. Well, we're going to have to run along. These roads are all unpaved. This one is paved here, though. A stretch of it, right? Now look at here. It's kind of hard to see. Yeah, see, I mean, I could do 2. I still have an attack here. I think that I'm going to take this. I have this. Yeah, let's hit him with this. We still got AP, lots of it. Okay. I still have 5, so I ain't moving far. Yeah, let's do it. Oh, we got him. Okay. So this is the problem here. Secure it. He's got mountain troops. I think there's a mountain troop here. Let's go up the road. These things are tough too, man. Yeah, entrenchment on 1. And it's pretty kind of dense right here. All right. Yeah, see, I got another attack. We're going to want to take this. That would be certain. I don't think we can cut off. We ain't getting all the way here through this. There's something torn out. Again, screen. Do this, he will counterattack, but there is a river in the way. We're here already, aren't we? Two, 3 for now. Let's see if we can push them off. They got kind of an evasion. Rub them out! Nose! Do I dare? That will use it all up. I could get cut off. God damn it. But you have this. No, we'll make it. I gotta stay in Breslau. to attack. I don't know. Again, I have been more vigorous. Would he attack this artillery? He might come out. I still have this. It's only one measly. Now, I'm going to go down to the Slovaks. I need to cover. How am I going to work this? I got 18 left. I just wonder. Cut this off. Oh, I don't want to spend this money. How much does it cost? I was going to use 11. I'll do that. That's the beauty of this mod. You can go far, really far, but you can get your pincers cut off. And it don't take much. So it's the opposite design concept from TRP. TRP is a great mod. I'm not throwing down on it, but Elazar came up with a different idea, and I like it. That town ain't going to get reduced soon. Well, it's going to get reduced, but again, this cavalry just raise hell. You got a full zone of control, but how much? What's their AP again? 10. See, I'll pull back here. I still got 7 MPP. Okay. Let's move you in just in case, and we'll come back. We need to be here. Now we do. He will attack this. That's our readiness. What's his? They're high too. Their morale. I'm gonna pull off. They can't snapshot me. This though is unfortunate. Well, we're gonna take casualties. So you can see I'm not here. We'll work this. Again, there's no reason. Snapshot me. Here I could because of the river. Yeah. Got a river there. This is an interesting deal here. Go up the railroad, go up the rail line. Getting a Tarnow. I'll get as close to Warsaw as possible. I think we're gonna have to do a prepared attack. Yeah, I can't. I'm gonna have to swap. Okay. Oh shit. I screwed up. Not necessarily. blasted. Big difference between that. Okay, let's kill it. Yeah, we're getting native supply of pop rad. So we beat ourselves up here. I don't want to. No. Tarnow might be a little bit difficult. Let's move up. Still got rail line. He's gonna move a shitload. I think we should drive on Tarnow. Yep. How far can these guys go? Beat these suckers up. Yikes. I'm gonna have to bring that HQ up. All right. So that's a flank. All right. Yeah, no need to waste my tanks. We'll have to use air power. Again, he could rail. I don't know how much. I can't remember how much the Poles are going to get for money. It's going to show. I can. Yeah, I won't know. Okay. Well, I can go one of my tests. Okay. Not quite done. Still got to do that time. Again, I am a little paranoid because he's going to try to cut me off. I'm not worried about here. Stand up to keep them all together. Armor Corps. Pro. Yeah, a bit different than the ones I've done before. Can we get a little... I think we're good here. So we did rail. So he still might be able to get in Oplin or Stolp. And that is unfortunate. But it is what it is. So I don't think he can break out this. Yeah, it guards the HQ. He can see the HQ. I do this, so it leaves me, unless I want to chain it here. I don't think so. No. I don't remember my losses last time I went against him, but it was significantly higher. I think I had a total of 14 to 1600. Yeah, see there, that's some 300, over 300. Yeah, it could get there. It's just the wear and tear. All right. Well, then we can come besiege. We can actually bombard this. I'm just gonna pull off. Still gotta do ships. Mortar torpedo boats are good. Destroyers. Now. Torpedo boats, yeah. Yeah, eventually. I wonder if he's gonna bring us. Ports offer really good protection. It's not like TRP. I wish Lothus would change that, but I'm not going to criticize it. It is what it is. Eventually, I'm going to want to put anti-air on them, but again, and here's our this. Right, well, this is our work. Again, I did this. This is totally different. I've been able to cut it off, but it was pretty thin. But now the whole corridor is cut off. He will probably be able to escape, but he's got cavalry. He's probably going to race here, and he's going to try to make a defense line. So next turn, we got to take loads and move. Yeah, let him go whole right here, and then move on in this way, and then try to cut him off at Plock. Should be able to do it. Again, that's kind of unfortunate. I kind of wish he was back because he will hit it if he can't get out. Yeah. All right. Let's do the Finns real quick. So after the house rules are all listed. For testing purposes, we're not quite certain if Finland can get their 16 divisions that they had, at least 16. Plus, they're going to get other units. Like garrisons, militia, here and some in here. But one thing and the line's going to be here, so when I lose this, I'm going to have to recheck that. Yeah, the Soviet line, we're going to lose it. It's there. Yeah, I'm going to move a unit here. They will get ejected, but I don't want to mess with that. I'm going to want to actually form some of my armies are going to have. We'll lose Viborg, or Vipuri. Well, it's Viborg. So, and I'll have a cluster here, and I'm going to want to be able to move and then that's a long ways away, but I do want to plan it out. And he will get Hanko. I'm going to want to block that. I'm not going to do any gamey stuff with the Finns. We didn't put it in the house rules. But we put this in. I wanted a little bit up here so the Germans get up here, but basically the Soviets going to have the same kind of a thing. So we can't spy on each other. That's people do that kind of stuff. You know, spying on the fleet and then having the whole fleet here and destroy the Red Fleet. That's Baltic Fleet. That's kind of, I don't like it. Yeah, Mannerheim. He's only at 6, huh? Again, this is somewhat liberating. I don't think I can see supply because it's neutral. No. We don't need to beat you up. I will cover Helsinki. But the line's literally like right here. I am going to go be proactive. What will happen simply. Again, that's a long ways. But I don't want them ejected. I want to form my armies how I want. I'm going to just pull back. It's a lake hex. I'm going to want to drive and take sort of all. So one of the houses, we worked this out. It's for, there's a Finnish policy line. We'll talk about it right now. We'll bring it up a lot more later. It's going to be right here. So the Finns just, they're not going to be allowed to take Leningrad. They're not going to allow the Germans to assault it from this direction. It's going to be historical. The other line is right here on the Severe River, basically the North Bank. So here, I got maps. They cannot cross it unless Leningrad falls, and after that they can. But then there's a line, a national policy line. That's like Gary Grigsby's War in East, and it's going to follow roughly Riga, Moscow-Perm, way over here somewhere. Anyway, so it's like Gorky, but same. Because the Finns, and then here also they can't assault the Murmansk Railroad. The German units can, because Finns got warned by Roosevelt. Well, before the United States was in a war, actually, but after Barbarossa said, "Do not do that because they interfere with the Lend Lease," and we can try. And basically said, even though they weren't sure, but we are going to win the war someday. The Soviet Union will, and they will remember, and so will we. Now, the British did declare war on Finland later on, grudgingly. But see, this is all empty here, so I'm going to bring Germans in here. I have an 8 I can do, and they're going to lose this. That's Sala. So I'll bring some Germans here and some Finn units. But I'm going to try to build up my army. And again, this is all we can get now. That's why we're going to need the mobilization, army mobilization. We need, my calculations, I need at least 2. So there's that. Now we're going to go to Italians. Again, we'll get involved. I'll talk more about that. Yeah, I'll leave you here as things develop. All right, and then we'll look at the Italians. I'll do a recap. I know it's a long video, but I'm playing an expert, just like the last one. This is liberating after World War One. I still got movement here. Yeah, I'm going to cover this. I'm actually going to get you in here. Yeah, I'm sure that he's going to race him out, but these two, they can strike and they can do damage to my cores. I'm going to go look and have this, but we do got to guard this. We took it. Let me check my supply one last time. I think it's pretty damn good. Got to really pay attention to that. It's going to be, Barbarossa is going to be real interesting. There's a lot of people have been testing it. Buran did, Graph, I think. There was a whole bunch of people have been testing it. Earlier versions, and there was changes made. There's a thing with the Soviets. And I kind of came up with this. There's a Stalin line way back here, but there's going to be inducements for the Soviets once Poland is broke up, build a Molotov line using engineers, big inducements to do, because otherwise people will, and there's a lot of Soviet units, will make these rear defenses. So this is part of the Stalin line here. So it'll be interesting to see how it works. Well, I kind of know how it works. I helped design part of it, but not totally. Okay, the Italians. Oh, we got black shirt here. Yeah, the elite division. So these are essentially like a Marine. Yeah. Yeah, I'm going to keep the 110. I'm going to look at that again now. These are destroyer escorts. Where's a destroyer? Escorts, I'm pretty sure these are, let me go look before I'm making a sub same. I'll go to a test. I'm going to look at those again. So we have Albania. It's going to be supply considerations here. I'm going to just leave everything. We don't want the Greeks if we go out the war of Greeks. We don't want to get them across the board. So national morale here, as far as I know. We do have subs. Let me go look at Libya now. Oh, and Malta. Malta is doable, but it's tough. And it's been redesigned over and over again. Now I'm wondering, I do have 110. I'm not going to do it now, but I am curious how much. I don't want to do that. Let me see what I got down here. I'm probably going to get them down here. Yeah, Jesus. No reason to beat these guys up. Yeah, here it is. It's vast. It's quite a depression. Well, I can't pronounce start with an R. Rosa Ridge here. So here's Alamein. There's Siwa. Thank you, by the way, Elazar, for putting Siwa in there. Yeah, you don't want to move any naval units. Well, reduce Italian mobilization. So if I want to stay out of the war longer, I can do it. It's kind of in the house rule, but I can if I want to do it, it's okay. I think you mentioned it. I think we didn't change that. It was like I didn't want to have Italians out here spying on the British, and they got the same thing that triggered Italian mobilization. But the higher my mobilization is, the sooner I'm going to get in the war, but the more money we're making. Well, get a bar. I actually want to be a Derna. Again, I got to make my own Africa Corps, which is going to be fun. Yeah, we got to sit there. I don't think I need to be spying or thinking around, but let's go up to the French border. Do you want to put pressure on them? I'm not going to pull stuff off. I'm actually going to. Who do we got? Yeah, and if I reinforce it, we'll have to think about that later. We don't need to do it now. Mountain troops. Yeah, I don't think he could get in here. That's a good spot for you, actually. They got their asses handed to them by the French. Well, I do want to. I can't see supply here either. I do want to pressure them, though. Monaco must be here, huh? Or here? Here. I'm going to want to send stuff down to Libya eventually. Got time. Well, I want to guard that road, don't I? Let's get in the mountains. As far as we're going to want to go. Do we need you here? Yai. Alpine. High Mountain. Movement cost +4. There's a unit there I ain't getting in. We'll stay on the rail line. Well, again, why am I doing that? Ah, yeah, why indeed? You're actually in a sweet spot. I'll keep you, Iosta. Do I want to do this? Or do I want to get ready to get on a port? We just stay there. I'm actually going to pull it. Do we have, I think it only when I get in. Let me see here. Here it is. 18 land air units. HQ, garrison, militia. That's going to include the Germans and max 8 mobile divisions. Yeah, I'm probably going to want to put 2 German armor corps down here. Air units between Alexander and Tripoli also incurs supply penalties. Right, now the British are going to have the same. And the line is actually here. I asked. Coastal gun. Okay. Militia, garrison, 18. And so I can have that. Because this is, you know, these are divisions or smaller units. Some of them. Not corps. So a lot more units. That's going to be interesting. I'm going to... Not done. I got a bunch of stuff to do here. So, Balboa, but you know, yeah, we don't want to leave any of this. I don't want to leave this black. That's fine. I don't think we need to move any fleet elements. The air, he's going to have carriers, man. I don't like that here. Let's I'm going to go ahead. Wow. Where's my heavies? Yeah, Italy's armies. Lots of country to hold. God, I really want to get a naval. It's only 100. I wonder if I should do it now. I kind of have a list of things I need to do first, but I might want to do that. I don't know. When we put together, you know, storms can damage my ships too. I've done it. Had them out here in a cluster. I should keep them in port or even the sub. Let's find all the subs. I'm going to actually need to escort stuff. I'm going to pull down here. Yeah, I'm going to keep my ships in ports, but I'm going to move them. Okay. As I remember, there was not a lot of port. Yeah, here. Yeah, I see he's got a lot of destroyer escorts. Or I do. It's probably pretty important. Yeah, I made these task forces, and can't make it. And then I got clipped. I guess you're in a port here. There isn't any exclusion line like in TRP. So yeah, well, if you're out at sea, you can get storm damage, and the Italians. Yeah, let's go ahead and populate this. Italians can't afford it. I think Yugoslavia ports there. That's probably where I'll bring the Africa Corps. Well, whatever I make. And we got to get them over. It's going to be interesting. Didn't need to do that. I think we're going to be okay. All right. Well, yeah, I think it's time. It's a long one, I know. They'll be shorter. Once the phony war comes, they're going to be even significantly shorter. So I'm kind of risking these things. I'll submerge them. Yeah, we'll reduce this, and I'll go ahead and bring a light cruiser. I only need one, but I'll reduce support to it. And we'll be getting ships. Let me go look at the. Just recap what I've done. So I haven't done any research stuff for industrial tech. So I'm going to be doing. I'm going to need to get into this infantry weapons, anti-tank, all this fighters. Fighters is a real high priority against the British. But army mobilization is a big deal. And again, I got an industrial tech, and I've got 2 chits with the Finns, and I have had them got breakthroughs before and beat the Germans, which is ironic. But yeah, there's a lot to do. I'm going to want to double up on that. When? I'm not sure yet. So there is a bit of work. I think that's it. I think I will look at the research now with the Italians. I was saving it. Don't remember exactly how much I'm going to get this turn, but it's not going to be a lot. And I got some decisions to make. They're going to come up here at the end, I believe. Should I get a naval weaponry? Now I'm going to have to upgrade them. Naval warfare is 2. The other one's amphibious, but it's costly. I am going to want to do that with the Germans. I want to have some long range. Or increase it, but the Italians don't. They do not have. They cannot. You can look. I did not move you, did I? And you're on a port? Yeah. I have to have the tech. If I want to do Malta, I might want to have the air. God, I don't know. This is consequential because, again, I've got other research priorities. If I go on the Navy, I want to follow up with the British. I think already have. God, it's just expensive to upgrade. But if we lose our fleet, oh, this is tough. I think I'll save it for a turn because I don't remember exactly having my notes. I don't remember what I generate this turn. Then I can figure out each turn. Keep an eye on that. Yeah, I think so. I've done everything else. You bring in. They are going to go to Norway. I think I'll bring in here. Let's go. Oh. Baby, I'm almost done. Yeah, nice moon. I'm not done yet, baby. All right. Yeah. Doesn't work going to Argentina. All right, let's do it. All right. Yeah, I wanted to turn. I probably forgot something. Okay, Free City of Danzig surrenders national morale. Oh, we plundered 12 MPP. Now this one. Oh, I usually say no, but on the test I just said yes, and I'll get them. Breslau. But I'll have to spend money on them later. And I think Breslau's fine. Baby, I'm trying to take over Poland. You don't know where that is, do you? It's 50 MPP. But I could use it and drop on Warsaw. If it rains. It comes in 40 early. I'm going to actually say none. Done it, yes, and now get it. I'm going to go no. Okay, Portugal protests against Germany's invasion of Poland. Turkey signs mutual pact with France and Britain to protect neutrality. Saudi Arabia ends diplomatic relations. Help Spain rebuild from the Civil War. You can pause it and you can read this. I would do this if I was going to pursue Spain. It would signal to him, he would see it, that I might be trying to get Spain in. However, see, they lean closer, and then Italy prompted to consider following suit with supplies, or which will further Axis leanings, which could force Taxman into doing some Diplo, spending money on Diplo. 5 MPP a turn, though, adds up. That's in 1 year. Well, that's 40 turns in a year. That's 200 MPP. I'm actually going to go, yes, I'm going to go on the wild side. Well, Franco welcomes Axis assistance recovering from the Civil War. So we'll look at that next turn. We'll see if we get a reaction. May not. This one I absolutely will say yes. This is the Swiss government. You select yes. Switzerland will move 15-20% closer to Axis, will act as an agent of foreign trade. Yeah, it's maintaining a positive relationship with Switzerland will be of utmost importance as to not sever any trade agreements we may establish and realize additional plunder. Yeah, because No, this is good. I'm gonna do this. This is Crispy's mod too. This is also on TRP, but this is from Crispy's Fall West mod. He had a lot of things like this, trade stuff. And it's a one-off, so I'll say yes. Tight on money. The United Kingdom declares war on Germany. France declares war on Germany. Now we'll track diplomacy. France increases industrial mobilization on entering the war. I'd save money on not doing the parachutists, but I like the one in having a Brazil because I could use it. Okay, here goes the supply. Canadian supply. I got a sub on it. We'll get it. So we got 145, only 164. You know, but I think this Spain thing might make it like we're going to do a gambit. Who knows? Maybe I will. It gives an option now. Of course, that's money. Getting Spain in is a double-edged sword, but yeah, why not? 160 here and a 10, so Finland only has 10 MPP. No, we spent it all, but we'll get it. We'll get more money. A big chunk in 200 for Germany and Finland, and 150 for Italy, and I'll factor that in. So 164, yeah, for the Germans. I didn't need to upgrade those units by the French border, but I will be able to move up a lot in front of them. So probably I would have had to do it sooner or later. I'll do it, and we'll see. All right, I hope you guys enjoyed that. I know it was long, and it's huge. I've been waiting for this for all my life. No, not really, but yeah, actually, I'm a big war game player, the big ones. All right, we'll see you guys on the virtual battlefields. I am gone. Gone, I say.